You're listening to KAZU Pacific Grove 90.3 FM, 2 minutes to 10 p.m. here. You're listening to Echoes of Swing. My name is April DeShields, and we're going to be having Chuck Hedges in on the telephone lines for a live interview. Chuck Hedges being an excellent clarinet player. Also going to be down in L.A. for the Sweet and Hot Music Festival this Labor Day weekend, September 3rd through 6th. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's hear a little bit of Chuck on his release, or actually the Wild Bill Davison All-Star release with When You're Smiling here on KAZU Pacific Grove, Monterey, Santa Cruz, 90.3 FM. Chuck Hedges with When You're Smiling. Isla Eckinger on bass, Johnny Varro on piano, Butch Miles on drums. On the release, the Wild Bill Davison All-Stars, Tom Saunders, Chuck Hedges, Bill Allred, all sorts of people on this one. Before that, we heard from Oscar Peterson, whose birthday is actually tomorrow, and that tune is called Waltzing is Hip. I never heard that one before, but Oscar Peterson on piano with Waltzing is Hip. And before that, a request for Peggy Lee, The Best Is Yet to Come, that going out to Jeannie and Aromas. It is 4 minutes past 10 a.m. here on your beautiful Saturday morning. This is Echoes of Swing. My name is April DeShields, and as promised, we have Chuck Hedges on the line. Chuck, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, April?
Just fine. How's the weather out there?
As I said before when we were talking off the air, this is one of the days that make us want to live in Wisconsin. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Is that the only reason you live there?
one day a year, just like this.
You just show up to be on the radio, huh?
Yeah, right.
Well, this CD is one of my favorite CDs, the one we just played with you on When You're Smiling. Now, Wild Bill Davison is many people that know that some people get him confused with Wild Bill Davis, the organ player, but Wild Bill Davison was an excellent cornet player, played with Eddie Condon for years. How exactly did you meet Wild Bill?
Well, he was, if I can do a little preamble to it,
Please.
He was one of my great heroes when I was playing and trying to develop whatever I do in playing. And he was almost like a god, and the Condon groups were like a god. And many years ago at a Bighorn Jazz Festival in Mundelein, Illinois, Bill was one of the stars coming up. And I started... I played a set with him, and I was so nervous that my hands were shaking, and because this was like playing with God for me. And he's kind of a gruff guy, so he kind of looked over at me and said, "Yeah, okay, your turn." I'm okay, Bill. And then when we finished the set, he came over to me and said, "You play okay," and walked away. And then we started working at some festivals together and some concerts, and then one day about 20 years ago, he asked me, he says, "Hey, you want to go over to Europe?" And I was dumbfounded, just absolutely dumbfounded. It was just absolutely magnificent. And then we started touring Europe about twice a year for many years, under Bill's auspices, and Bill Allred was on the band, and the first time we went over, Barrett Deems was on the band, and Jack Lesberg, and the first time was a wonderful piano player from England by the name of Fred Hunt, who is now deceased.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
And we made a recording over there.
Yeah, we had Bill Allred, interviewed him about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And all you guys are just, I don't know, but you just amaze me. You listen to each other. I think that's the most important thing in music, at least in my perspective. Of course, my perspective, as you know, is always quite clouded.
Yeah. Well, the big thing about I really don't care for the word Dixieland.
No.
But I use the word ensemble jazz because we all have to listen to each other and trade off and fill holes and
make a big
make it sound like an arrangement, really. But we're improvising within the ensemble all the time.
Yeah.
Now there are the set traditional patterns that you play on, especially the old New Orleans tunes, where they have traditional lines and traditional arrangements.
Yeah,
but after that, it becomes free. And then the solos, for me, are kind of secondary to the ensemble.
Well,
the ensemble is, for me, a wonderful thrill to play when you got 3 or 4 guys in the front line who are listening to each other and creating music.
Well, it gives you ideas. You just sort of bounce off of each other. And
exactly.
Yeah. Well, next up, you mentioned Barrett Deems, and in 1978, at least that's the date here on the liner notes, you made a recording with him called Demas on the Delmart Jazz label.
Uh-oh. That was originally my date. And,
okay.
And because of my respect for Barrett, I said, "Barrett, this is your album." I said, but I have to name it after the planet you came from. Barrett came from. I says, you're so outside that you couldn't have been born on Earth. So we're we're gonna name the record date after the planet you came from, the planet Demas.
You know, that sounds about right.
Believe me.
Yeah, I shouldn't say it sounds like it is right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's get to a track off of that real quick. This one's called Deed I Do. Chuck Hedges here for you on KAZU 90.3 FM. Deed I Do, Chuck Hedges on clarinet, Barrett Deems, my tongue's decided to take on a life of its own, Barrett Deems on drums. This recorded in 1978 on Barrett Deems' release Demas on the Delmark Jazz label. You're listening to Echoes of Swing here on KAZU 90.3 FM, and we are now on the line with Chuck Hedges, and who you just heard playing.
Hello, April.
Hello again. This Deed I Do, that is mostly, I don't know, what type of style music is it generally played as? More like the small group combo that you've just proved on this last cut, or is it more considered a Dixieland tune? I know you were talking about.
Well, no, there are so many tunes. We can start off by saying that we work out of an area or an era that people sometimes ask me, what style do I play? And I say, well, we play out of the composer era.
Yeah.
Because all of the, there are so many great writers and great tunes and so on like this. And
Oh, yeah.
Deed I Do is one of those mainstream tunes that can be played any way, any style.
Yeah.
Of course, with the Demas record, we did it as a kind of a mainstream swing style. And that was a nice date. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like you were having a lot of fun on it.
Yeah, we had no rehearsal.
That's the best type of music for me.
Yeah, and it just it took off right from the very beginning. And Barrett Deems was really on top of his game at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he was one of the world's great characters.
Yeah.
And we named the album after him.
And the planet he came off of.
yeah. Well, and it was just it was a lot of fun. It was just a tremendous amount of fun.
Now, this is mostly the type of music you're going to be playing this Labor Day weekend in L.A., isn't it?
Yeah, we'll be doing what I call ensemble jazz music, which is we use a Dixieland type, quote unquote Dixieland type of instrumentation, but it's more of a Chicago style, and it's free improvisation. And of course, the old New Orleans tunes have their format. And I like to look at it as just kind of a mainstream swing approach to jazz. And it swings. The people who like Dixieland understand this, and we love to play this style.
Well, a lot of people love hearing it too. They show up every year.
And with Tommy, and then we all sit in with other guys, and it's a meeting of people we haven't seen in years, so we kind of hang out a little bit together and enjoy it. I just enjoy the playing.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Are you going to be part of the Hot Licorice performance this year?
I have, quite frankly, I have no idea what's happening. They just fly me out there, and then they shove me wherever I'm supposed to go, and I go there and play.
Yeah. Oh.
And I hope we're doing that clarinet thing again.
Yeah.
Because that's fun. The Hot Licorice, that's an interesting term.
Yeah. We'll ignore that, where we could go with that one. But just for those listeners who have never been to the LA Festival before, it is in one hotel. It's the Los Angeles Airport Marriott Hotel. Excellent hotel, because for 4 days you don't have to set foot out of that hotel, and the pool has a bar.
It most certainly does.
You just swim up and listen to music at the same time. The Hot Licorice thing we're talking about is last year, and I believe the year before. We had Alan Vichet, Alan Vichet wasn't there last year. It was A. Most, Bob Draga, Bobby Gordon, and you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So 4 clarinets. And good thing Jackie Kuhn wasn't in that particular room to say where's the fire, but it's Jackie's funny, but it's a wonderful day. You played Mood Indigo for me that one night. Yeah.
And if you've never heard 4 clarinets playing Mood Indigo, you have never heard Mood Indigo.
Well, the wonderful thing about getting 4 clarinet players together, sometimes if the players aren't listening to themselves and their egos are sticking out too far, it sounds like 4 cats in a bag trying to get out. but with guys of that caliber last year, we were able to create some really nice music.
Oh yeah, you did. It was, and you played a little mambo too, didn't you?
Let's see. Well, frankly, I don't remember what we did.
I know. But the LA Airport Marriott, again, is a beautiful hotel. And you guys play with the Wild Bill Davison tribute band led by Tommy Saunders.
The Wild Bill Davison Legacy Band, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wrong. But you'll forgive me this time, huh?
That's all right.
And who's going to be, see, Johnny Varro is usually on piano with that. We've got, I don't know if Russ Phillips is going to be part of that this year.
I think so, yeah.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Russ Phillips is a trombone player, played with, or his father played with Louis Armstrong for many years.
And Russ is one of the most really outstanding mainstream jazz trombone players in America today.
And Dan Barrett's going to be there as well, so we've got two of the heavy hitters out there.
Yeah, and that's going to be marvelous.
Oh, yes, very much so. Well, we are going to go into your newest release, the Swing Tet Live at Andy's. This is your Swing Tet. And one thing I noticed on the Demas recording as well as this Swing Tet, you enjoy using the vibes quite a bit. And, you know, in fact, in your Swing Tet, you have no piano whatsoever.
No, we don't.
So is that just sort of your personal taste, or is that sort of, I mean, how did you come about deciding?
I think Dave is one of the most creative musicians that I've ever played with.
He is. There's a cut on this CD called Gambler's Waltz. At the first time I heard that, I think I was walking along the cliffs in Santa Cruz, and I think I actually almost ran into the fence. Don't make a joke there. But it's you two, I think I told you before, you two just, you're talking to each other. You're having this whole conversation within the lines of the music, and it's just, I love it. But what we're going to hear on this one is The Blues My Naughty Sweetie Gives Me. You're listening to KAZU 90.3 FM. I'm talking on the line with Chuck Hedges, clarinet player. That's your title now, Chuck.
Okay, I'll take it.
You better take it, because that's what you got. This is Echoes of Swing. My name is April DeShields. Here, your home for classic jazz on the Monterey Bay Peninsula, KAZU 90.3 FM. Chuck Hedges on clarinet with the blues My Naughty Sweetie Gives Me on his release Swing Tet Live at Andy's on the Delmark Jazz label. Chuck, as I mentioned, on clarinet, Dwayne Tham on vibes, John Bainey on bass, Dave Bainey on guitar, and Charles Brom on drums. Well, this is Echoes of Swing, and it's 31 minutes past 10 a.m. here on your Saturday morning. My name is April DeShields, and we are on the line with Chuck Hedges, who you just heard playing. And Chuck, you were mentioning something about the chord progressions on this, the blues My Naughty Sweetie Gives Me.
Yeah, it's a structure that a lot of more contemporary tunes have been built off of, and I think the most prominent one, at least in my mind, is Tickle Toe that Lester Young wrote, featured.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I did hear that.
Yeah, pardon?
Now that you mentioned it, I did hear it.
Yeah.
Never noticed it.
It's we were talking about the universality of jazz, and we all come from each other, I guess, is the best way to say it. It's like, you know, it's a like a micro universe. Without who went before us, we couldn't do what we're doing now. And all the influences are there. The good players don't copy that much, but the background is ever present in their playing. It's we call it the jazz language, I guess. That's the best way to put it.
Yes. Oh, I love talking to musicians. I understand everything they say. But whatever brought you to the clarinet in the first place?
Well, about 25 years ago, somebody asked me the same question, and I answered them: a severe emotional deficiency.
Watch it, I'm a clarinet player too, man.
Feedback.
Oh boy. It's true though. Nothing else could make you go so crazy over making the tone so perfect on a horn that doesn't want to be perfect.
Well, it's a beast. It's a beast.
Yeah, but it's beautiful when it's not. Well, we've been enjoying the morning very much, obviously. I fear we're losing the listening audience a little bit. But I believe I was reading on one of the many Sacramento Jazz Festival programs that I save for some reason. I don't know, I'm a pack rat. I save wrapping paper sometimes. But it mentioned something about you playing with Duke Ellington and Maynard Ferguson, Eddie Condon. Was that a typo?
It was what the government calls disinformation.
Oh, okay. You could have fibbed, you know.
I don't know where that came from. I have no idea.
Oh,
by
Roger
the time
Crumb
it was
probably.
in print, it was too late to correct.
Oh, well, Roger Crumb was probably trying to just, have a little fun with you.
But I don't belong with any of that.
Don't start, yeah.
That writing. But it was fun. It was, I got a big kick out of it.
At least the copy wasn't in your handwriting. You had Carol write it, huh?
Thank you. No. I don't know who the writer was.
I'm teasing you.
But it's very funny.
Hey, oh, well, yeah. I'm sure everybody's just...
we were talking about the Sweet and Hot,
mm-hmm.
and the people say what styles and so on like this. And,
music.
It's so wonderful to come to a festival like that and just have a good time playing mainstream and some Dixieland, the swing stuff, and the music is varied, and it's great. I love that festival.
Yeah.
Really love it.
Yes, it is. Last year was the first time I'd actually been to that one, and I enjoyed it. Just I've been raised on the Sacramento Jazz Festival, and that, as you know, is the Super Bowl of all jazz festivals, and takes over the whole town. And this, it's well, the Sweet and Hot is sort of, how should I say it, informal. Would that be the way for it? It's so comfortable and easy. Everybody is enjoying themselves.
And varied. Very,
yes.
There's so many venues of different styles and wonderful players.
Yes.
I look forward to working with Dave Most a lot.
Yes.
He's one of the great ones.
Yes, he is.
And he's a great guy, too.
Yeah, he is a sweetheart. And gosh, he's so tall.
Oh, you're so short.
I am, too. I think one night I was talking to you, Abe, Butch Miles, and who else is really tall? Bill Allred. And I felt like I was in the woods of the Nephilim. It was just like, oh. Everybody had to bend over just to hear what I was talking about. But, yeah, there's... No, go ahead.
Well, the one agenda that I want to have, and I want Wally to hear this, I want Wally to bring my swing Ted out to the Sweet and Hot Festival sometime. And so I want to register it right now. You hear that, Wally?
Watch it, man. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm teasing. But, yeah, Wally Holmes runs that festival. Sweet guy, leader of the Yankee Wailers, who will also be playing there.
He's a very good player, too.
Yes, he is. He is. And he's very funny and he reminds me of a teddy bear. I don't know why. But I'm getting myself in trouble anyway.
Yes,
I might as well go all the way. I might as well stick that foot all the way down. But they're just such sweet people. The festival is amazing. As I mentioned before, not only Chuck and Tommy Saunders are going to be there, Russ Phillips, Dan Barrett, Abe Most, Alan Vichet, Johnny Varro, Jim Galloway, locals, Jackie Kuhn and Eddie Erickson. Jack Sheldon is going to be roasting the surprise roast, and I said before, somebody doesn't know they're going to get boiled, but whoever's going to get there is going to get it. And the Phil Norman Tintet, just a vast array of different types of music, but it all goes together very well, because I always say that with my music, I'm talking. And it's not everybody talks about the exact same thing all the time, so why should music be the same way? Why do you play all the same thing?
Yeah.
But mentioning Tom Saunders and the Wild Bill Davidson legacy and yourself, let's play a cut off of this one called I Never Knew. We're talking on the line with Chuck Hedges.
Wrong one.
Huh?
Wrong line.
What?
You're lucky to me.
Oh, what did I say?
I never knew.
I still don't.
Okay.
Oh, it is sunny, and I've been here a long time.
Okay.
It is 23 minutes to 11 a.m. here on KAZU 90.3 FM. Yeah. You're Lucky to Me, and that is a lucky tune. Fats Waller tune, Tom Saunders and the Wild Bill Davidson Legacy. Tom Saunders on cornet, Bill Allred on trombone, Rick Fay on tenor sax, Johnny Varro, Paul Keller, and Warren Sauer. I always mispronounce that name. On piano, bass, and drums. And of course, Chuck Hedges on clarinet, who is joining us for the final time this Saturday morning. Thank you again, Chuck.
Well, thank you, April,
so much for being here.
Yeah, I would like to mention that, and you didn't want me to mention it. You said you were going to shut me off if I said it. But you are becoming a jazz lady in California, and you are helping the role of jazz in your area tremendously. And all of us say thank you to you. Really.
Oh.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you. Now let me get up under the table. Well, I thank you. I think I mentioned to you, too. I just... this is the type of music that, for me, is the heart. As you mentioned before, jazz is a language. And for me, it's like, how cool can it be to be able to sit and talk about anything you want, and the worst nobody will do is just not clap. I mean, and nobody says you talk too much. Nobody cares a bit. It's just wonderful. I love this whole jazz music thing.
We're all very lucky to be involved in it in our lives.
Yes.
We really are. I just, I can't think of a better life
than
what I've had because of jazz, because of music.
And
it's wonderful.
And you have taught me, I doubt you know this, but you have taught me, as well as Tommy and Bill and everybody else, just by listening. Because, I think I mentioned I've been going to the Sacramento Jazz Festival since I was 8 years old, which I will not say how many years that has been ago. But I'm not vain, I just don't like to get in trouble very much. I cause enough on my own, unconsciously. But just listening to this type of music is wonderful, and I'm sure all the listeners agree. You're an excellent clarinet player, and we hope to see you out here for the Monterey Jazz Festival in March. That will be wonderful.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be wonderful. And possibly arrange some sort of tour for you out here in March. And you've never been to this area before, I believe you said.
No, I haven't. I loved it. Yeah, I love California, except for L.A.
Which is where you're going.
I know, but I never leave the hotel.
Well, that is a good point. And they do have the bar at the pool, So,
yeah.
Not that you ever get in.
Well, we're gonna have fun out there. We really are.
Yes.
And always do.
Well, for more information on going to that festival, you folks can call Martha at area code 310. I was hoping to be able to vamp it before I found out the information. Okay, 310-325-6696. Again, that's Martha. And you have a website also at sweethot.org. Again, that's sweethot.org. So for information on that festival, of course, you're always welcome to call me on the request line number as well, 375-3082. And Chuck, thanks again so much for calling and coming in and letting us, for playing clarinet, shall we say.
Well, thank you for asking me to be on your show. This is
thank you.
It's fun. It's an honor, really. I mean it.
Now that this Mutual Admiration Society meeting has been adjourned.
Yeah. And so the folks can listen to Gambler's Waltz.
Yes. This is one of my favorite tunes, Chuck. But this is...
They may know it by the name of St. James Infirmary Blues. Huh?
Oh, really? It's the same tune?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if you're just playing games.
No, we just turned it around a little bit.
Oh, that's true. Well, let's let everybody listen to it and get their own opinion. Okay. All right, Chuck. This is Chuck Hedges on clarinet, and thank you again. We're going to be.
Thank you and goodbye, April.
All right, goodbye. This is Gambler's Waltz here on KAZU 90.3 FM.
Now here comes Jack Mayhew. Here comes Brother Freddie. When the stars refuse to shine, when the stars don't shine no more, I wanna be in that number, oh yes. Now here's Papa Jack with his trombone.
busy, I wanna see you walk. For the folks all say the way you syncopate is the whole town talk. When you move so pretty, it's a pity the other girl is frown. But the man you meet like the way you shake your feet. Oh, you knock him dizzy, strut Miss Lizzie Brown. Go down the street by the school, pat your feet, you strutting fool. Strut your stuff by the church, strut your tootsies by the church. Through the alley, dodge the cam, shake Miss Evie's pots and pans. Cool your dogs when coming through, except for Lennox Avenue.
Benny Goodman along with the Jack Teagarden Orchestra with Strut Miss Sadie Brown.